classic games have a nostalgic value for gamers. Many of us grew up playing these games and have fond memories associated with them. However, with the advancement of technology, the graphics and gameplay mechanics of classic games may seem outdated and limited. A well-made remake can bring these games back to life, while maintaining the essence of the original game, but with updated visuals and gameplay. This would allow players to relive their favorite experiences in a more immersive and appealing way. So in today's video, I bring you 10 classic games that need an urgent remake. So subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. The Elder Scrolls 3: Morrowind is one of the most iconic games in the Elder Scrolls series. It was released in 2002 and is set in a magical and exotic land called Vvardenfell. The unique and detailed setting is one of the game's main strengths. A remake could bring updated graphics and visual improvements to bring this fantastic land to life in an even more impressive way. Morrowind offers a deeply immersive gameplay experience. The freedom given to players to explore the open world and make decisions that affect the course of the story is something that has captivated many fans. A remake could further enhance this experience by adding modern gameplay mechanics and refining the gameplay. Dino Crisis is a classic survival horror game. This game definitely deserves a remake. Originally released in 1999, Dino Crisis was developed by Capcom, with director Shinji Mikami, the same director as Resident Evil. The game combines action, suspense, and horror elements, with an engaging story and dinosaurs as the main antagonists. A Dino Crisis remake would be an incredible opportunity to bring back this unique experience for today's players. With current technological advancements, we could have realistic and immersive graphics, bringing the dinosaurs to life in an even more terrifying way. Additionally, the remake could bring improvements to the gameplay, making it more fluid and responsive. It would also be interesting to add new elements to the game, such as new areas, more challenging puzzles, and even cooperative gameplay options. Castlevania: Symphony of the Night, released in 1997, is one of the most acclaimed games of all time. With its innovative gameplay, stunning graphics for its time, and memorable soundtrack, the game became an instant classic and continues to be loved by players around the world. With the recent success of remakes of other classic games, such as Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil 4, many fans wonder if Symphony of the Night also deserves a remake. Although the graphics of Symphony of the Night were impressive for its time, they do not compare to current standards. A remake could give the game a completely new look, with detailed 3D environments, realistic characters, and modern special effects. The gameplay of Symphony of the Night is timeless, but some aspects could be improved. A remake could include new combat mechanics, such as parry and dodge, as well as a deeper progression system. Super Mario 64 is a classic platform game and deserves a remake. The game was originally released in 1996 for the Nintendo 64 and has since become a milestone in the history of video games. An updated remake would allow a new generation of players to experience the magic of this iconic game. In addition, Super Mario 64 introduced many innovative elements that have influenced platform games to this day. It was the first Mario game to be fully in 3D, with an open and free world to explore. The gameplay was revolutionary for its time, with precise controls and a wide variety of moves for Mario to perform. A remake could bring updated graphics and gameplay improvements, taking advantage of the latest technologies. Resident Evil Code Veronica definitely deserves a remake. It was originally released in 2000 for the Dreamcast and later for other platforms. Code Veronica is one of the most important chapters in the Resident Evil franchise, as it continues the story of protagonists Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield, siblings who are fighting against the Umbrella Corporation. The game takes place on a remote and dark island, full of secrets and terrifying creatures. A remake would bring the opportunity to relive this experience with updated graphics and gameplay improvements. Additionally, a remake could add new elements to the story, further expanding the Resident Evil universe. We could have additional scenes, new puzzles, and even new areas to explore. This would certainly excite fans and make them eager to relive this classic adventure. Chrono Trigger, the beloved and acclaimed classic RPG originally released for the Super Nintendo, is a true gem in the history of video games. Its engaging narrative, captivating characters, and innovative battle system have marked generations of players. The story of Chrono Trigger is a journey through time, with the hero Chrono and his friends exploring different eras: the present, the Middle Ages, the future, prehistory, and ancient times. The story is rich in twists, moral choices, and memorable characters. A remake could further deepen the narrative by adding expanded dialogues, cinematic scenes, and new events. A remake could update the graphics to a 2D HD style, similar to games like Octopath Traveler. The iconic soundtrack could also be re-recorded with high-quality instruments. The remake could include additional content, such as new dungeons. Half-Life is an iconic game that revolutionized the first-person shooter genre when it was released in 1998. With its innovative gameplay and impressive graphics for its time, it quickly became a classic. Game technology has advanced significantly since 1998. A remake could take advantage of modern graphics to bring the world of Half-Life to life with incredible detail. Although the gameplay of Half-Life is legendary, there is always room for refinement. A remake could smooth out the gameplay mechanics and introduce new elements to attract both old and new players. Half-Life has a rich story that could be expanded in a remake. New missions and areas could be added to deepen the game's universe. The Medal of Honor franchise was a milestone in the first-person shooter genre, and a remake could bring back the glory of the past while modernizing the experience for today's audience. Medal of Honor was one of the first games to portray World War II in an immersive and exciting way, captivating players with its story, characters, and gameplay. A remake could revive this nostalgia for longtime fans and introduce the game to a new generation. Modern technology would allow developers to create an even more immersive experience, with cutting-edge graphics, realistic physics, and advanced artificial intelligence. This could make the game even more interesting for both old and new players. The game Bully, released in 2006 by Rockstar Games, is considered a cult classic by many fans. Although it received positive reviews at the time, the game still has a lot of potential to be explored in a possible remake. The open world of Bullworth was vast, but the technical limitations of the time prevented it from being fully realized. A remake could bring more details, explorable areas, and extra activities. The graphics of Bully, although good by 2006 standards, are now outdated. A remake with updated graphics could bring much more visual richness and immersion. Gameplay aspects such as combat, missions, and mechanics could be enhanced and refined in a remake, addressing some of the flaws of the original. Although Rockstar has no announced plans for a Bully remake, fans continue to request this opportunity to revisit one of their most memorable and cult games with all the features that modern consoles and PCs can offer. F.E.A.R. First Encounter Assault Recon is a classic first-person shooter game released in 2005 by Monolith Productions. Despite almost 2 decades since its release, the game is still highly acclaimed by its fans and deserves a remake. F.E.A.R. is known for its dark narrative and tense atmosphere, with unique supernatural and psychological elements. A remake could enhance these aspects with modern graphics and advanced lighting and visual effects technologies, immersing the player even more in this disturbing universe. The original game had a challenging and rewarding combat system, with intelligent enemies and a variety of weapons and abilities. A remake could preserve this addictive gameplay while adding improvements in controls, physics, and modern features. Did you like the list? If you didn't, it's okay. Tell me what your list is in the comments section. I probably forgot some games, and if you liked it, comment as well. I can make a part 2. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. I'll be leaving now. Take care and see you next time.